Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the Best Bets show. Don't think I forgot about you, okay? I apologize for the late upload, but I was driving for 5 hours today. Driving back from Key West through a torrential downpour, through some traffic. There was about 3 or 4 crashes on my way home. So we had a lot of traffic. One crash happened right behind me. Saw right through my rearview mirror. And the one time I stopped, I get out at the gas station, take my dog out to go pee. I get attacked by mosquitoes. I got about 10 mosquito bites in about 60 seconds. So it was a rough time. But we got back to the crib, locked in the bets, put in all my bets for UFC Vegas 96 tomorrow. Recording this on Friday. And I got a lot of spots. Nothing too heavy, but I got some spots that I like and a lot of plus money. I'm going to go through. I'm going to give you just a few, but if you want all my bets for UFC, for PFL, for Dana White Contender Series, jump in the Home Fight Picks Premium membership. There's a link down in the description. But here's where I'll give you a few of them. Let's take a look at the success, or should I say, the minus 0.05 units in total. So we're basically even on the Best Bets show record. But we are on a nice little streak. 3 winning weeks in a row if you've been tailing the Best Bets show. So hopefully we can keep that going. But I always want to be transparent. I don't want to lead you on. Throughout the show, we're minus 0.05. So we're basically even. Started off with a money line. And if you watch my official picks video, you might be shocked. Because in my official picks video, I said, I'm going to take Myron Santos. But I thought this line was going to be probably near a pick'em. Maybe even Myron Santos as a slight dog. Not the case. Myron Santos is like minus 210, minus 220. And I thought that was absolutely insane. And I went back and I did more film study, more research. And I thought that's even more insane. I think Con Offley can win this fight. And especially at plus 170, I'm giving you a pretty sizable dog here. I'm putting a unit on him. But at plus 170, I think it's a dog or pass. I don't think Myron Santos is really that dangerous on the feet. When I watch his fights, he doesn't really let anything go. And I watched back his fight in the Contender Series when he fought Edwin Cooper, who's a really solid wrestler. Edwin Cooper took him down in the first round, won the first round pretty handedly. And then in the second round, he didn't really shoot. There was no urgency. Didn't shoot at all. They go to a third round, a sudden death third round. And he pretty much did the same thing until finally with 2 minutes left in the fight, he shoots a takedown and he gets it. So I think Edwin Cooper just kind of let Myron Santos off the hook. So obviously, Myron Santos, he's a striker. He wants to keep the fight on the feet. Con Offley, he's a solid wrestler. A solid jiu-jitsu. Please forgive me. I drove a lot today and I am running on fumes. Got home and I've been working for the past 5 hours. So he's a solid jiu-jitsu practitioner. Okay? And I think his striking is good enough to where it's not going to be where he's a fish out of water. But this guy's a lot of experience, a lot of high-level experience. And he's a guy that's going to grind you out. If he gets the chance to submit Myron Santos, I think he could do it. But for the main fact that I think Con Offley can get on the inside, get his takedowns, get on top, control him on top, I don't think Santos has that great of a get-up game, and I don't think he's going to be able to spring back to his feet easily. I think if Con Offley gets him down to the ground, he could hold him there for a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, if not submit him. So I think Con Offley is the side here as the underdog. Plus 170 kind of blows my mind because I watched this guy on The Ultimate Fighter. He's a good fighter. He is. He's a very good fighter. And you look at his regional tape as well. He's fought some decent guys, and he's looked good doing so. He's been a professional MMA fighter for a much longer time, and I think he gets this one done. So give me Con Offley plus 170 for a unit. From here, we'll move to the Underdog Fantasy. You look up here, boys. If you're new to the show, check out these yellow states or Canada, except Ontario. If you're in one of these yellow states, you're eligible to play, and they just upped their deposit bonus to $1,000. So they're going to match your deposit bonus up to $1,000. So that means if you deposit $1,000, they're going to give you $1,000 in promo money. So that is big. If you're a high roller, You know, if you deposit $500, they're going to give you $500 in promo money. But as you can see, we've had a lot of success. And we were on a hot streak, but last week we took an L. That was our first L week in 9 weeks in a row. So we went 9 weeks in a row in the profit. Last week was an L, but I think we bounced back this week. This is what I got on Underdog Fantasy. It's a little bit of a sketchy card, but I think the reads are right here. Josiane Nunes, she's a high-volume girl, and I really don't think people are giving her a lot of credit in this matchup, but she's a high-volume girl that's forward pressure, and if she doesn't get taken down like she did against Chelsea Chandler, she's going to be able to rack up significant strikes because she throws. That's all she does. She just throws. So I think she can get over 66.5. This fight's favored to go the distance. That makes sense. Ryan Loder's a wrestler. I don't see him striking with Valentin too much. He's either going to get the takedowns and have success, or I think an early finish is live for either guy, most likely for Valentin. Con Offley, I think he gets his takedowns. That's a boosted play. Higher than 1.5 takedowns makes a lot of sense to me because his path to victory is to get the takedowns, and I think he can get them. 1.5 is a pretty low number, and I think he can get 2, maybe even within the first round. Angela Hill, higher on significant strikes. That fight is minus 500 to go the distance. It's going to go to a decision. Angela Hill, high-volume striker. I don't think Tabitha Ricci is going to be able to get a ton of takedowns, nor like control her for a good amount of time. So I think Angela Hill should be able to eclipse 74.5 significant strikes. Kyle Borralho, this number is just so low, man. 60.5 significant strikes for Kyle Borralho in a 5-round fight. So you're telling me he's got to land, 12 significant strikes per round? Like, I know he's a low-volume striker, but this is a 5-round fight where Jared Cannonier is probably not going to be shooting takedowns. Like, Kyle, he could probably shoot takedowns. But how successful is he going to be in doing so? I don't think he finishes Cannonier. If he does, then I would just chalk it up to Cannonier being absolutely washed because Kyle's not a finisher, man. He's not. So in a 5-round fight, 60.5 makes a lot of sense to me. I will take the over there all day. Got him there again. Valentin lower on significant strikes. Same reasoning for the Loder pick. Got Offley there. We got Loder. Kong Wang lower on significant strikes. I think she gets Vicky Leonardo out of there pretty quickly. And I don't think Vicky, if she's gonna want to win the fight, she's gonna need takedowns. So I don't think Kong Wang is gonna be unleashing, 10, 15 punch combinations. I don't think she's gonna rack up a ton, but I do think she could find an early finish there. So I like the lower there. And Cavalcanti, higher on significant strikes. Just basically same reasoning for Nunes. These are two high volume strikers. They're not going to want to shoot takedowns. I think they both rack up a ton of significant strikes there. And Nunes is very hittable on the feet. She's shorter. She stands in front of you. She'll be there. Higher on significant strikes for Cavalcanti. Those are all, that's a 21.2x payout right there. 3x. And this one with the boosted play is 3.18x payouts. So good stuff there. I feel good about this week. I really do. Parlay. We're taking the over 2.5 in the Bazookia and Francis Marshall fight. It makes sense to me. Neither guy are big finishers, and both guys are fairly durable. I know Bazookia just got a knockout his last time out. That's against Connor Matthews. I don't think Connor Matthews is very good, nor that durable. He hadn't really seen anybody on the feet, at least, like a Dennis Bazookia. Not to say that Dennis Bazookia is some world beater on the feet, but he can put together combinations. And if he does get into his game, then he can start to put it on you. Francis Marshall on the other side, he's coming off a round 1 knockout loss to Dilgarian. That's Dilgarian, bro. Dilgarian is a monster in round 1. I'm going to throw that out the window. I think both these guys have good enough cardio to last 3 rounds. I think they're have good enough chins not to get chinned. And it makes sense. Over 2.5, like it. Over 1.5 in the Offley and Santos fight. I think Santos could eventually break late just based on the pressure and just the constant grind that Offley, I think, is going to offer him. I don't think Santos is going to find a finish here. And I think, if anything, Offley finds a late finish, maybe late round 2 into round 3. But either way, this fight could easily go to a decision. And we're taking a little bit of chalk there on the over 1.5 for the Offley and Santos fight. That parlay together, plus 111 for 1 unit. Throw it in there. If you want all the bets, you jump in the Home of Fight Picks Premium membership on Dub Club. So all the bets, or once I post a bet, it's going to get sent to you straight to your phone, to the Dub Club app, to your email, to the Telegram, and into the Discord. So you're going to get it instantly. which is huge because lines tend to move very quickly, especially with DFS. What are you going to get in there? You're going to get my UFC bets, my PFL bets, which is going on right now, and my Dana White Contender Series bets. So on the year, we're positive 35.41 units year to date there. So I think we won 6 straight events in a row. So if you're kind of PFL, UFC, and Dana White Contender Series, we're on 6 in a row. So let's keep it going. Hopefully I didn't jinx anything. I'll knock on wood. And yeah, jump in the Home Fight Picks Premium membership. It's where you're going to get all my UFC bets. And it's very easy for you to view there. And you'll get access to the Discord as well, where we'll give out updates and everything like that. Go to a round prop. Taking the under 2.5 in the Borralho and Lawn Top fight. I gave this out on the Show Me the Money podcast earlier this weekend. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. But the under 2.5 to me makes a lot of sense here. Borralho has legit power, legit kickboxing skills. He could knock out James Lomtop pretty easily in this spot because I think Lomtop's a little bit slower, and I think Borralho is just so much more technical, so much more clean, and he hits like a truck. He'll rip to the body, go upstairs. It's a real problem if you're going to stand and trade with Vyacheslav Borralho. But on the other side, when I like taking under 2.5 is when I can see a finish from either guy. And I think both guys could find a finish here. Both guys could get finished. So Borralho could knock out Lomtop. Makes sense to me. And on the other side, I think Lomtop could knock out Borralho because Borralho has been dropped in a number of fights. And I think, he's been in so many kickboxing fights that his durability is dwindling to where he could get knocked out. I don't think he's ever been knocked out, but he's been dropped and he's been hurt. And James Lomtop, if he wants to win this fight, he's probably got to grapple. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take much, to drop Vyacheslav Borralho. And I think James Lomtop has some power. He's a guy that's going to throw. He's going to throw with everything he's got. And if he lands, he could put him out. So under 2.5 makes a lot of sense to me. Minus 110, I'm putting 1.1 units on that one. From here, we'll move on to the Betr Picks plays. A lot of success on this app as well. Take a look at the map. If you're in a purple state, you're eligible to play, and you'll get a code. Or if you use my code HeyJob, you'll get a deposit bonus up to $250. Pretty much the same thing as Underdog. Just states vary a little bit, and sometimes they offered a little bit of different lines. So always gonna want to have access to multiple apps, and this is a solid app to do so. I don't have a ton of plays out right now. I'm going to add another 2-legger here, and I'll probably add like a 4-legger or something. And I will post those in my free Telegram, which I will tell you about after this slide. But for right now, I got a couple plays active right now. I do want to add a couple, but I wanted to get this video out to you, so you're welcome. We got a tough line here, though. I took Morales under on significant strikes, and then the line moved up to 70.5. So you're getting a better number. But I think Morales under on significant strikes makes sense because Neil Magny is a guy that usually is going to want to hold you up against the cage. He's not going to want to stand and trade. He doesn't want to stand and strike with you unless he's the better striker. And he's not the better striker here. So he's probably going to want to grapple. And Michael Morales can also grapple. I can honestly see an early finish in this fight. I know the fight is actually favored to go the distance. But with that being the case, we get all the upside for an early finish. And I think Morales hits hard. He can wrestle. And he could submit Neil Magny if need be, because that's how you get Neil Magny out of there. You usually try to submit him. Morales is a big favorite. I'm going to take his under on significant strikes. Could be sketchy, but it made sense to me. I already talked about Angela Hill. Talk about Josiane Nunes. We got a bad line on that one too. So if you're putting it in now, you're getting a better number, which is very, very rarely the case where I put a bet in and later in the week it's a bad number. I'm like, what is going on here? Got to take a look at other things. But talked about Nunes. Kong Wang, under on Fight Time. Makes all the sense in the world to me. Actually getting a ton of value there. I think the under 2.5 rounds is like minus 150 now. So that is a great line there. Like I said, I'm going to add a couple plays here, but I wanted to get this video out to you. I will post them in the free Telegram once they are all put together. How do you join the free Telegram? There's a link down in the description. What is in the free Telegram, I will post all the DFS plays there, but I always send all the DFS plays to the premium members first because you got to give the paying members, the benefits of being a paying member. That's where I post them first into the premium membership. And usually the lines tend to move. Then I throw them, in the free Telegram. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you might get a better line. Who knows? But jump in the free Telegram. It's free. I also post, some free plays in there as well for PFL, for UFC, for Dana White Contender Series, whatever's going on. I'm always willing to throw some free game out there. So just join the free Telegram, and we'll see what's in there. Please react in there. If you're in there, don't be a ghost watcher. Just react to something. It makes me feel better about posting plays in there. If you actually care, if you drop a reaction, it makes me feel better. Okay, so please do that if you join. That's the end of the video. I'm running on fumes, boys. Appreciate it if you watch this video. Like and subscribe for me, because I'm on I really don't give a fuck anymore. After driving for 5 hours, and about 2.5 of that was in traffic, it's rough, man. It's rough. Please like the video. Please. It would make me feel like it was worth it putting this video together. Appreciate you. Good luck. Till next time. Hey, Jai Picks, we out.